What's up, guys? Welcome back to the VAR Check podcast, the podcast where football's biggest debates go under review. We are back for episode 18. Luckily, with the full crew, Enrique is back in action, and we're all excited to hear what you have to say. What kind of rage bait you're gonna bring into the debate today. This episode 18, the drama never seems to stop, whether it's with Madrid or with Barca, mainly with Madrid this season. So we have a hefty episode starting a little bit earlier today. I do have to leave slightly earlier because I have a meeting at around 7. So thanks to everyone and all of you guys for coming in a little bit early, and then also the audience that is slowly rolling in. So make sure you smash that like button. And without further ado, Michel, how are you feeling now? Last time you were sick and 8 inches underneath snow.
Bro, it was bad. I'm much better. I'm not sick anymore, thankfully. But it's still freezing here in New York. I think yesterday when I woke up in the morning, it was like, like the actual temperature, and then it feels like -9 degrees. So it's freezing in New York City right now. So everybody watching around the world, if you got hot weather and warm weather, appreciate it, because right now your boy is freezing, but I'm no longer sick, so that's okay. We are
You're
here.
looking good, brother.
Hey, appreciate it, bro. We got that Celsius sponsorship for the Bar Check podcast, so splurged in our nice New York apartment. No, I'm just playing.
Shit.
Different little backdrop, different little moment, but we still bringing the same heat, so let's do it.
I like it. Ricky, welcome back. How's Harlingen?
Hey, not too bad. We're not under 8 inches of snow. We're actually chilling at a cool 72 degrees right now.
Love
Sunny
it.
skies. We've done a little bit of fishing, a little bit of gambling. Not too crazy.
I know you ain't gambling on Barca, I'll tell you that.
I was.
Oh, yeah?
And Madrid for the.
Oh.
I know. I'm curious to hear. Ricky's going to tell us a story. He got to watch all the Champions League games back to back, like right next to each other, like had the full thing, was betting on it. We got to hear that story. That's coming up in a little bit. But last but not least, Ali, last time you were missing Dro. Are you still depressed about him? How are you doing?
No.
He's
You're
gone.
over him.
You're over it now. You're good.
Over it. That's it.
Cured,
We're
just
done.
like that.
No.
Let me guess.
no,
Barca
I'm good.
finishing 5th cured you.
Yeah, I'm good. Benfica beating Madrid with their goalie. Just a good week all around. Mourinho showing he's a real culé. It's a good week. It's also 63 here, so yeah. Just to rub it in your face, Mitchell. Yeah.
Lovely. Well, yeah, it sucks over here. Actually, today it's a bit warmer, and actually when I walked outside, I was like, oh, this is manageable. It was like 25 degrees. So saying 25 degrees is manageable, you can see what we've been dealing with.
Yeah, Rox doesn't come out of his house if it's like below 70. He's like, I'm not moving. So he doesn't need to go anywhere.
Except the time that I do decide to go out this weekend, go to the gym, and on the last rep, I'm doing some squats. On the last rep, I just feel my whole back tighten up, and I'm like, fuck. And dude, I literally feel like I'm walking with a fucking dick in my butt. It's like I'm like a stick. I'm a walking stick. It's horrendous.
Way to keep it professional for the podcast.
It's all right. We're all here. It's like family here now.
Amen.
But
Let's do it.
I was debating to whether we, warm up with a little bit La Liga before we get into the Champions League, but I said no. There's no need.
No.
We're jumping straight to the drama. You guys were calling the viewers were calling for emergency podcast during the week. I was getting messages like we need an emergency pod. Too much going on, and honestly, I really wanted one. But we had to wait it out. And shout out to everyone for making it to this moment. But what a time did the Champions League deliver? Who would have thought that after all the little predictions that we sat here and made, some of us were better than others. Me too. But who would have thought that final rankings would be like this? First, I want to get started with Ricky. I want to hear how your experience was getting to watch all of them at the same time live while we were probably working and
yeah. So right now I'm in rotation, so I'm supposed to be working too. But let's be honest, not a lot of work gets done out here. So my boy Tony and I, we had as many games as we could at the same time. Like they weren't playing the Barca game, which is a little frustrating. But we had like the Madrid game, and on my computer, on my iPad, we had another game, and then on my phone, I had like the standings. And the whole time, I was just watching it. And so from the get-go, we put a little bit of money on Barca winning with at least 3 goals. We put money on Madrid losing. And, well, we didn't put money on this, but I personally had a little skin in the game wanting Marseille to not qualify. And within the matter of 10 minutes, Barcelona's up 4-1. We concede a goal, 4-2. So that bet's not hidden anymore. The goal gets disallowed. So that bet went through. And then, do we even need to go into what happened with Real Madrid? But I like the whole time I was like, the moment Mbappé scored the other goal, which made Marseille advance, I was like, fuck, dude. I was pushing for Benfica to get that last goal. And then the moment I saw Rodrigo gets a red card, and I see Mbappé and Vini like pushing ready for that counterattack, I was like, dude, it could happen. It could happen. And we see a magical little and just like that, within a matter of 10 minutes,
everything hit. Every bet hit. I don't know if you guys saw. Hopefully, everyone's seen my live reactions to that game. And at that point, I was already so frustrated, so done. And when Benfica's lining up to take that free kick, obviously Madrid's already losing 3-2. I'm aware that Benfica just needs to score that goal to go through, and I'm like, honestly, like I hope they score it. I see the goalie going up. I'm like, I know Madrid also had the 2 red cards, and I'm like, I fucking hope they score it. Michel, how did you? Were you watching it live?
I was at the Peña Madridista bar watching it live, so you can imagine.
I really want to hear that.
You can imagine how I felt in the environment around all of that. I mean, it was really frustrating, because in a matter of 2 hours, we went from 3rd to 9th, and
just watching the position drop
just watching it minutes. drop. And it's really frustrating because I think Madrid, again, as they normally do, they walk in there thinking they're just going to win and Benfica's going to just bow down. And then they score the first goal and they're like, oh yeah, like, this is how it should go. And then Benfica didn't quit. It was pouring down, raining. There was the emotions of being back in Lisbon, and you gotta put the game away. You know what I mean? Like you gotta, as Madrid or as players of that caliber, you gotta take control of the game. And it's frustrating. And it wasn't me just saying this, but it's like Madrid only seem to want to play when they're losing. When they're losing, all of a sudden they care, and all of a sudden they want to run, and all of a sudden they want to do this. It's like I just don't understand why those players, why that team. It's like, do what Barca does. Go up 4-0 and then do whatever you want, right? It's like, why can't we just do that? You know what I mean? It's just really frustrating that it seems that they only really care in those moments. And honestly, without the elite level of Mbappé in the front and Courtois in the back, Madrid would be absolutely demolished this season. Like Mbappé has been the saving grace. He continues to be the person who steps up to the plate when you call. Vini had a horrible game. Mastantuano, I didn't think had a great game. A lot of these players didn't have a good game. And then the 2 dumb red cards, like in the worst possible scenario, Raul Asensio in particular, because like now you're forcing Rudiger to come back early. And then on top of that, the cherry on top is we draw them again. And it's just like, again, I think over 2 legs, Madrid, of course, you're going to take them. And I think Madrid gets the job done over 2 legs. If this was a 1 leg, anything can happen.
But I think it'll highlight how Madrid has the ability to win everything, win every game with the talent they have.
Well, yeah.
Decide not to try. So and I think having 2 more games against them, Madrid will take care of business.
I agree. I mean, it's just you go back to the La Liga game, and we'll talk about it in a second, but it's just like I just don't understand. And I don't know what they're saying amongst each other. And then after the game against Benfica, Mbappé was very vocal about the attitude and the players want to play, and like it's not a matter of talent, because man to man, position by position, they have the more talented player. It's just about want and need. And I don't know if he was saying that mainly to appease the fans and like this is kind of what
Mm-hmm.
they want to hear, or if they actually are having these internal conversations amongst each other. And if that's the case, why is it not translating throughout? And I thought it was a huge mistake to give them the day off after that. Like after all that, you give them the day off.
Well,
Like,
okay.
Gotta praise them, dude.
I
think
don't bring
the
them
day
in
off
and
was
watch
already
tape.
before the match. And honestly,
Yeah.
with all the injuries that y'all been getting, fuck it.
But what is one
I
day
think
off
it
going to
was
do with that injury? Like, I mean, point is, we're not really here to talk about day off.
I
I'm just
think it
saying
was
in
just a moment
general.
for Arbeloa to be like, look, we just took a major L. We need a break because maybe emotions are pretty high in that point, and like going right back to practice is just going to create more friction. So someone's just got to be like, let's take a breather. We know we just fucked up real bad, and then let's just come back in a day later on and reconvene.
Well,
I
maybe
wonder
emotions
what
are high
they're
enough. They're
in the
not. They're
dressing
not.
room.
I mean, yeah, but they're not applying these emotions on the field. Like, who cares if the emotions are higher, if they're feeling a certain type of way? Great, show that in the next game. And again, they didn't. You know,
So
so
But
it's
what if
extremely
there's
frustrating.
emotions in between players? What if there's like clash?
I mean, we don't know.
I mean, who knows? Maybe in the dressing room, like Mbappé and Vini went at it. I'm just throwing random names.
Maybe.
And Arbeloa was like, look, why go deal with this? You know, we just ended it late and we're going to practice early in the morning. Let's take the day off. Everyone reset their brains. Like, go do what you got to do to get your mind right, and then we'll hit it. I mean, clearly it didn't work.
I mean, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, we don't really know what's going on between. I think that's the confusion
Yeah.
between all Madridistas right now is we just don't understand why the team doesn't show up to play. And I think a lot of it is structure, right? They don't, and we've been talking about it since the beginning of the podcast. They don't have a creative mid. They have basically three center defensive mids playing in a role of a creative. And Brahim,
well, they throw Gullit and Bellingham that are technically supposed to be more creative, but
Bellingham
both
is
seem to
not.
clash.
Bellingham is not a creative midfielder. As much as people want to put him in that slot, he scored a lot of goals because he occupied a space that we didn't have. We didn't have a real striker, so he was putting himself in those positions. Bellingham is not a number 10.
Right, but
He's
we're
not
not
an
expecting to
Isco.
go start scoring goals like that. I think we're all past we know Jude is not going to come out here and score
No,
goals every game like
I
he did.
know, but we're saying that he's in a creative position. A creator is someone like an Isco, like a Vitinha, like a Modric. Bellingham is not that.
Gullit is that supposed to be that player.
And he's not that.
And
He
he's
is
not.
not. He's not risen to that occasion. So we're kind of going on a rant. I think I was just very disappointed in Madrid. Very disappointed that they yet again could not get the job done. That the attitude is not right, and it just something has to happen. I don't think it's going to be this season, but something has to happen where these players need to either wake up or go, one or the other.
So Amir, in one of the press conferences, they asked Arbeloa if Vini, Jude, Mbappe, and Valverde were untouchables. And he just responded when he was like, the people, and I don't have the exact quote, but he was like, the people that want those players off the pitch are not Madridistas. They don't like Madrid. What do you think when you like? What are your thoughts on that?
That he's a little puppet of Florentino Perez. That's what I think. That if he doesn't praise them, he's gonna lose the locker room even more than he already has.
He's terrified. He's terrified.
Yeah, he's not like he doesn't have control over the team. Like you see him, like even when he's making calls. Like I was like watching the game against Rayo Vallecano. I mean, okay, Rayo Vallecano, like they played okay. They played dirty. Like towards the end, they typically do against Barca and Madrid. But like he was like shouting, like you could hear it on the English like commentary, and I don't think any of those things were translating. Like, and then Vinny is like arguing with people, and like I mean, the game was a disaster. But I'm not getting into that. But yeah, he just doesn't have control, and I think if you have players that are not touchable, they have to perform at that level. Valverde, I agree, he's putting his heart on the line for Madrid. Is he having the best season? Probably not, but. He's
also created problems this season.
Yeah.
That's where his name comes into
But again, it's also, if you bring it back, it's Madrid's fault in a way as well, because they do things the way they want to do things. Like, yes, we all know that Valverde is not producing the same way.
He's also playing defense, which obviously
well, I was going to say, like, let's not forget
Right.
that we're taking a player who does not play that position, and just because he gets by or does above average in that position, they're throwing him in there. And again, it's not his fault. It's no one's fault. But so many teams all around the world, the biggest clubs, they go and get players, and Madrid just doesn't. Like, I don't know if it's just. I mean, I really don't know. But we can't go get a defender. We can't go get a right back, even on loan for 6 months. Like, put Valverde in his position where he actually thrives at. Players get unhappy. Like, yes, he's happy to play, but I guarantee you, every game he's just annoyed. He's annoyed that he has to go back there. He's annoyed that Trent and Carvajal can't stay healthy. It's a trickle down effect, right?
Yeah.
He's not mad at them
Which
directly.
adds to the frictions between players, between
Right.
coaches, between everything, and just creates this toxic environment.
Right.
One
And
of
then
the
the
things.
result. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and then the results are not like yeah, you're winning
Helping
games,
out.
but you're scraping by, yeah, and that's not helping out. So
No.
One
I
of
mean,
the
I'll
things
disagree.
that-
Honestly, I'm gonna disagree with y'all. Barca has not been able to buy a player they want. In how long?
oh, I'm not
3
talking
years?
about
4
the
years?
buying a player. It's
I don't
like
think
just-
I don't think that's always the answer. I mean, I get y'all need a defender.
But I think what Michel is referring to is when you're in a position with such heavy injuries, aka Madrid and defense right now, with the center backs, with the outside backs, and this goes back to something I'm going to link in a little bit. So years ago, we had the same issue with the strikers. When all the strikers got injured, and Florentino Perez acted quickly and brought in Adebayor. This was years ago. In that season, we ended up, that was the first time that Real Madrid beat Barcelona back in 2009, 2010 in the Copa del Rey final when Ronaldo scored that header. And Adebayor was a starter, and he influenced the second half of the season a lot. He was just on loan. So it doesn't even have to be a purchase. It's like if the team is that down bad with center backs, Militao's out. Rudiger's been literally playing through a broken knee. Asensio's been probably the best, and Huijsen is playing so inconsistent. His actual performances, in my opinion, have been shit.
And
then
Asensio
he's
is
also
hurt.
injury prone. So I think what Michel is saying, not just go and splash the cash and buy another huge center back, but maybe go into the market and reinforce yourself with another center back, even if it's a loan. I mean, look at Atletico Madrid. They just signed Lookman from Atalanta, who's a class player. Obed Vargas, a Mexican center mid. It doesn't have to be a world-class player, but if you notice that there's little inconsistencies in the team, little things that could be improved, this is the perfect time to solidify it. And then what I was going to also add on is this weekend, Ricky and I were having breakfast with our mom, and we were talking about business and like how businesses have to reinvent themselves all the time to stay at the top of their game. And we were just generally talking about like actual like businesses, not the world of football, but it translated perfectly, I think, in my opinion, to Real Madrid. Florentino Perez has had one of the most successful stints as a president in any of the clubs in Europe, right? There's no one is going to question that Florentino Perez is one of the best presidents of the world, but mainly Real Madrid history. And the problem here is that he's so stuck in his ways, right? He's never purchased players in the transfer winter transfer market. He's adopted this policy of only buying or mainly getting players that are one year left in their contract. All things that are really smart. But if some things aren't working, you have to realize that and you have to pivot from there. And he is failing to do all those things, which is why I think we're all sitting here, well, at least me and Michel, frustrated because we're seeing all these problems and nothing is being done to fix it. And instead, what I hear is Vini is getting closer to renewing. Mainly that thing. And then, no players will be brought in this transfer window. All the things that are going against what we're seeing. And I think that's where a lot of the frustration comes.
And I think,
also,
no, go ahead, Amir. Go ahead.
Go. I'm gonna respond to Ricky in a second.
So this is my last thing on this topic. I mean, it is frustrating, and I think I'm basically going off this comment that I see of like, where's it at? Sorry. Basically, in the summer we'll be getting Militao and Rudiger back to 100%. Is like getting another signing for Madrid. No, because the problem is these players get hurt again. And they get hurt again. And once you start to pile up injuries, you're not the same. And we love these players, and they love them a little too much. And it's like, dude, sometimes like you just aren't at that level anymore. We can't trust that you're going to be available. Asensio's playing hurt. Let's not forget that. He's playing hurt. Yep. And that only leads to problems down the line. And it's just like Camavinga's playing left back again. It's like we're forcing players to play positions that they're not great in, they're okay at. And that's the problem. That's why our defense is okay, because all these players aren't playing their actual positions, and you're not giving these players the confidence, and they don't want to go out there and perform in those positions. Hoyson is his own thing. I think his confidence is completely shot. The reason he was brought to Madrid is to be that distributor at the back. Now he doesn't even want the ball. And I feel bad for him. And there's ways where I think the Madridistas do in Spain in the games are shooting themselves in the foot, because players like Vini, players like Jude, like they thrive off that in a way. You need to be careful on who you do it to, because Hoyson is very calm. He's very quiet, and they whistle him every time he touches the ball. It's like you're just screwing him over even more. Like you need to figure out what's going on. But Madrid, again, I mean, the end of the season is already decided, right? And apparently there's talks about now all of a sudden Perez thinks it was a mistake to not replace Modric and so on and so forth. It's like, you think?
But those players are irreplaceable. You cannot replace a player that has been with Madrid for like 13 years. That's been the captain. I mean, I'm not going to say from day one, but like you can't replace those players overnight. You can't.
Of course not. Of course not. But you also can't expect players to do things out of their role that they're not expecting to. Or if you're giving a chance to someone like Arda Güler and it's not been working out, that's when you need to go and splash the cash, because Madrid always wants to wait until the last minute to get these players so they don't have to spend the fee. It's like, dude, we get it. But sometimes you got to just take the L, bite the bullet. Like, look how much money all these EPL teams are spending. Like, you're not going to be the one, you're not going to be blamed for spending a lot of money.
But Madrid spends just fine. They have no problem spending. Look at the team they have. Yes, they got Mbappé for free, but like the issue is not personnel. The issue is not lack of talent. That's not the issue.
I agree. I mean,
it's
we can look at Madrid's team and say, hey, this team is solid. Yes, can they add on an extra defender somewhere there? And then obviously, if you take away the bad luck of injuries,
no, it's not. It's not lack of talent. It's not lack of talent, but you also can't change the. But you can't change the profile of a player. Like, for example, Tchouaméni, he's a great player. He's like you said, it's not a lack of talent. Tchouaméni is never going to be the creator in the midfield, so you can't ask him to do that because that's not what he does. Yes, if you put him on a team like Rayo Vallecano, sure, like he'll be that much better. But we're talking about being the elite of the elite, competing at the elite of the elite. You're not going to make a player do that.
I think we're on the same page with this, and I think fundamentally this stems from a lack of managerial leadership. Perez is taking control, and he did not let Alonso decide the path. So what did he do? Vini or Mbappé, either one of them, playing out of position, just like you mentioned. The whole like right back issue, the whole center back issue. It's not trusting the manager, and it's not letting the manager make those decisions. Mm-hmm. That's what this stems from. Of course, injuries too. I'm not denying that.
But every team deals with injuries, right? I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. Like you said, like there's a lack of balance, but there's a lack of trust. And again, that's why we all said it was a mistake to let Xabi Alonso go, just for them to bring in Arbeloa, which is great of a person as he is and a Madrid legend that he was. It's like it's to say like, okay, like yeah, like Vini's great and Jude is great and Mbappé is great. It's like, yes, we all know they're great. The problem is they're not playing great.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
So let's go ahead and pivot from Real Madrid. I think we can all agree that and I'm adding some photos that we're going to bring up here in a second. I think we can all agree that Benfica played a fantastic game. They went out there, they took the game to Madrid, and Madrid had no responses. So props to Benfica, and we'll talk a little more about the following playoff matches. Let's spend a little bit of time in Barca's Champions League game. And you know, I just want a little bit of time because Barca did what they were supposed to do. They had a little inconvenience when they started, but yet again, and I think for the 9th game this season, they found a way to come back. Amir and Ricky, I'll leave you guys to talk a little bit about that game if y'all have anything in specific for it.
2 things. One, I'm just going to respond to Ricky really quick. You said that Barca hasn't had to purchase players. That's true for the most part. Also, our nature is a little different from Madrid, but that's a different topic. The Champions League game. Yeah, I mean, once we got scored, I was watching it live. I'm in the middle of patient care, literally during the root canal, and I have the game.
Who cares about the patient?
I have the game in the corner. Barca gets scored on, and I just feel my
just drill into his cheek.
File just fell down out of my hand. I'm like, oh god. It's like, anyways, I would
hate for you guys to be my dentist.
but hey, procedure went great. But if Barca had lost, I don't know if it would.
They should almost
been the
died.
same way.
Okay.
No. But overall, a good game. I think our defensive line is an issue, but at the same time, I also love how we're just sticking to it. We're like, this is the way we're gonna play. We're gonna stick to it until we get results, and we've been getting results, so it's great. Once again, that versatility of the whole squad, like everyone is participating in the game, which is, I think, a huge factor for Barca this season. And yeah, nothing significant. I think the Lewandowski penalty, I thought it wasn't a penalty. I looked at a different view on like the highlights that they showed. It was a penalty.
He hit him.
Yeah. I didn't see it. I just saw the front and I thought he just missed the ball. And I was like, why is it a penalty? And then it was a penalty. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, nothing crazy. I think I was more excited about the Benfica game, but we'll get to that.
No, I mean, with Barcelona, again, I'm not going to talk too much about the Champions League game just because we did what we were supposed to, but I will highlight an issue I'm starting to see. And I'm being patient with Ferran Torres, but man, sometimes he just misses chances that he should be putting away, which, you know, in smaller games, when we'll create at least 5 chances, not a big deal. Somebody will put the ball in the back of the net. But against a PSG, against Real Madrid, against Arsenal, City, you name it, you might not get another chance.
And that takes me actually to Toni Kroos in his own podcast this past week after the Champions League. He said Barca playing this way they will never win the Champions League. And I mean, personally, I 1000% agree. It's what happened against Inter, and we're seeing it all season long. Where offensively they're phenomenal and they're scoring so many goals, but defensively they're not learning when to slow down. And yeah, remains to be seen when they come up against a top dog, which is what Mitchell has also been saying all along. So it'll be.
They have the talent, but again, you guys also have been dealing with injuries, and now you have 2 more, right? You have Pedri hurt again, and now Rafinha got hurt again, and I think Rafinha is out for a month or something like that. Or regardless, he's out for a few weeks. I mean, I saw that. So it's hard. It's hard when players continue to rack up injuries now. And again, we're both dealing with it, right? Jude just got hurt. He's out for a month. So it's like,
yeah, we'll talk about that one too.
I mean, at the end of the day, like anything can happen, right? We all say this. We all know what football is like. But when it comes down to the quarterfinals and on, usually the better team wins. You know what I mean? Anybody can win a single game. Anybody can win a final. You know, when it's one and done, whoever shows up the best, whoever puts their chances away. Over 2 legs, it's a little bit more difficult to squeak out the result. Again, I think Barca was the better team in the Inter situation, but like we said, they choked, right? And they probably should have won. But in these situations where like Ricky said, where you're playing up against teams who are at your same level, it's hard to. And speaking as Madrid, because we can't freaking beat anybody, whether they're 19th in the league or in 3rd. So it's a struggle when you have to show up and you're not really confident as to what's going to happen.
And don't forget, I think it was 29th, not 19th.
Or whatever, you know.
They lost their first 4 games of the Champions League.
But then again, it's frustrating.
It's a 7-day recovery period for Rafinha. It's just his adductor muscle, so he'll be back. Yeah,
I think it was Jude that's out for a month.
Yeah, Jude's out February 7th, based on what they're saying.
So let's go ahead and actually take a look at the table here. Let me see if I can. No, that doesn't work out. Okay, we're just gonna have to stick with this formation here. So yeah, the final top 8, Sporting, I think, was the huge team that none of us expected.
Good for them.
Ended up winning their game against Bilbao. They were away in the 94th minute. So that win got them in there. Had it not been for that, you know, they'd still be setting it, which is crazy, right? All these little things that happened. We said that, you know, both PSG and Newcastle were 6th and 7th. PSG had everything to just, you know, put away Newcastle and be good. And we said that the best result for Barca would be the tie. They freaking tie. Atletico Madrid lose their game to Bodo.
Dude, that was crazy.
That was
Also,
crazy.
did you guys know that they're not even in season right now?
Well, because
They're
of the winter, right?
Yeah, I didn't even know that. They're out of season.
A lot of teams. Slavia Prague too. Like yeah, a lot of teams are.
Dude, are they
kinda-
gonna? Do you think they could be? I mean, obviously they're not gonna go deep, but do you think they could win their next round? They beat City and Atletico Madrid. Like that's
It's
crazy.
pretty crazy.
They
And
do
we'll
have a
talk
lot
about
of
who
rest
who
now.
everyone's coming up to in a second. But yeah, I mean, well, we're gonna have our predictions. We're gonna actually keep tabs on these predictions now because I think it's time now. Let's see. Spurs, which I ended up seeing how many injuries they were actually going to their game against Frankfurt. And had I known how many injuries they had, I don't know if I would have been so confident saying, oh, they'll definitely beat Frankfurt. But they still pulled it off. And goddamn, for Spurs to finish fourth in a Champions League of 36 teams with all these big ass names, I mean, it's commendable. It is commendable for Spurs. How far they'll go,
I mean, they're 14th in the Premier League.
They're 14th in the Premier League. I didn't even know that. God damn.
Well, I think at some point you make the decision to just focus on one.
Yeah, but
Still,
God, 14 in the Premier League, that's way too low. Atalanta's another team that was in the top 8, ended up losing their game. I think they were in the top 8 two match days ago. But still, to be I think they were 4th place and drop all the way to 14th, kind of wild. Let's see, and a few of the other scores. Chelsea ended up beating Napoli. And as we can see, Napoli did not make it to the next round, which is, I think, one of the biggest upsets, given that when we started the VAR Check podcast, Mitchell's 2 breakout teams were Marseille, of course, and Napoli.
This has been a bad week for me all around. You know what I mean? It's just not big. And what's crazy is in the Marseille game, I don't really remember who they were playing, but in the game, they were playing away. And right before Benfica scored the thing, there was the shot where the team that they were playing said to them, like, again, someone can fact check me and tell me who they were playing, but like they put on their like Jumbotron, like Marseille, congratulations on getting in. And then Benfica scored. So I don't know if you guys know that.
I didn't know that.
They were in until Benfica scored, and they finished their game. And I think whatever happened on the Jumbotron, the home team put Marseille, like, congratulations for whatever. And then they didn't. They jinxed it, bro. It wasn't me. They jinxed it. But no, I'm very disappointed in this Serbia. I'm very disappointed in Marseille's game, like match handling.
They really bottled it, man. 3-0 against
Club Brugge.
And then obviously a 3-0 loss to Liverpool too. I mean, those last 2 games cooked them heavy. And I'm kind of sad. I know we gave Marseille a lot of shit, but I wanted to see them go through. I wanted to see them match up against another team and then see how they could actually fight when it came to elimination.
Yeah. I mean, now Endrick and Lyon are creeping up on them in the league. They went from being in 2nd consistently. Now they're in 3rd. So it's like they're bottling the end of the season.
I wonder to what extent this failure will affect their project that they were creating.
I mean, you never know. I mean, they still make money from being in Champions League, and now, if anything, they can now focus on just the league. So we'll see.
Yeah, but I'm saying
they'll finish in the top 4
for next year, because now I can see Greenwood leaving at the end of the season. I mean, he's having a great season, so someone's going to come pick him up. A Premier League team surely is going to come pick him up. I mean, Aubameyang's not getting any younger, and then obviously they'll still have a few other good players, but I think this project was really starting to grow around Greenwood and whatnot, and had they had a good Champions League run, would have really helped out their case. But let's see. The other Dortmund versus Inter. Inter won, of course. I told y'all Dortmund chokes anytime they have a big opponent. City versus Galatasaray. City ended up winning that. I obviously didn't watch the game, but I'm sure it was not an easy one. And then we've already talked about Benfica Madrid. So this is the top 24 teams plus Marseille. And I do have the photo of what the next games are. So this is where it's going to get a little interesting. And I am going to write down our predictions. Right now, we'll do the predictions again. I think the games are in 2 weeks. So we'll have time I'll bring up the predictions that we initially come up with right now. We'll have time to adjust, tweak anything up, and then we'll go from there. But for the first one, we have Monaco versus PSG. I mean, I think that one is a no-brainer. Does anyone opposed to PSG winning that. I don't think so.
No, but I'm rooting for Monaco. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely root for
funny.
Monaco, but gonna be tough for that one to not be a PSG dub, in my opinion. After that, we have, let's see, Newcastle against Karabakh. And anyone have a Karabakh prediction here?
I got 2-1 PSG. Hopefully.
And so essentially, we'll after that, the winners of those two games will come up against either Barca or Chelsea.
I hope we get a Barca Newcastle rematch. I would love that.
Oh shit! I want to see a Barca PSG. A Barca PSG rematch is what I want to see.
But that early on,
bro, get them out, bro. Get them out.
And then,
I mean, I think it's the game that shit. That's the final, from last year. That's the supposed final from last year again. Especially now that PSG's not super hot. I feel like they've been pretty inconsistent. I think Barca could do some damage to them if that ends up being the game.
We'll see.
I would love to see PSG getting damaged. So
they're all bending over to Barca.
Oh yeah.
So we got those two. No one really predicting any upsets there. After that, we got Galatasaray versus Juventus. Ricky, who you got on that one?
I'm gonna go with Galatasaray.
Me too.
Mir?
I like
Juventus.
Wow, I got Galatasaray too.
Yeah.
So
I
Mir's
hope-
the only
I
one
know.
going for Juve.
I love Sane.
Okay, I hope Galatasaray moves forward, but I think Juventus is gonna beat them just based on their defensive mechanism.
I don't know, but Galatasaray is good,
They got
man.
some
They
good
have
players, man. Osimhen,
man.
Sane, Gundogan. I feel like they got more experience than this Juve team. Where did they finish again? Let me see.
in the game against City. Yeah, they lost, but they had their chances too. Let's not forget. And they beat Liverpool, didn't they?
They beat Liverpool. So Galatasaray's already had some good results. So that'll be a good one. That'll be a good one. So I'm writing that one down. Amir's got Juve for it. And I do want to hear from I'm looking at the comments too. Don't you guys worry. I saw Barca Cico. I'm gonna remember this one. You're predicting Monaco to beat PSG. Very ballsy. If Barca get PSG, it's over for them. I don't know who them would be.
It's over for PSG.
For PSG or for Barca?
We agree that it would be over for PSG. I think he's a Madrid fan based on his last comment.
So then maybe he's saying for Barca, it'll be over for Barca.
Yeah, because on the bottom it says you forgot PSG beat Barca with second choice attack.
Yeah, Barca didn't have Rafinha either.
I feel like the Barca from that time has improved, and the PSG from that time. I mean, they've gotten players back, but I still haven't seen a PSG that's been flying.
Yeah, but I'm
like
telling
we
you
saw
that.
last year.
But once again, what
I
happened
don't
last
know.
year? Once we got to the second round.
Yeah.
He show you just confirmed he's a Madrid fan. Okay, so let's keep moving along there, and then the next one is the Atletico Madrid against Club Brugge.
Dude, I hope Bruges makes it. This is the time. This is the time to shine for them, bro.
What did I say? Club Brugge. I was calling them Barca's dark horse early in the Champions League campaign. They tied Barca 3-3.
Yeah, something like that.
And now they did Marseille dirty. Given that Michel gives me the Colchonero title, I'm going to say that Atletico Madrid is going to go through on this one. But does anyone actually want to put their money on Club Brugge here?
I would.
Okay.
Who plays at home first? Since
Atletico Madrid finished ahead, I would expect that they'd have the home advantage, meaning they play second at home. So Club Brugge is probably going to play at home first.
I'm going to agree with Barca Zico here.
All right.
Bruges.
Anyone else for Club Brugge?
You know what? I'll jump on the bandwagon.
That's right. 3 against 2.
Okay, I think Atletico is gonna win the game, but I just want to be controversial, so I'm gonna.
Oh, Amir, goddammit, this is not what we're trying to hear. Who are you putting your money for?
Put him.
You get $100. Well, and that's the thing.
Okay,
It's not even like that because obviously the betting odds for Atletico would be a lot less return than Club Brugge. But if your life fucking depended on it,
I hope not,
Bruges.
but I would say
I hope
Atletico
not.
in that case.
My life
Amir,
depends on
I wasn't trying to
Atletico.
just
It
make
was
you
nice
make you
knowing
afraid,
y'all.
man. What's up, Ricky?
I said if my life depended on Atletico, it was nice knowing y'all.
Yeah, it's not very dependable at all.
Yeah.
So we say Bruges.
All right. So divided house on this one. Interesting.
No,
After
I think Atletico is gonna win. So, but yeah,
Lone wolf in it, bro. That's okay. I'm used to it. Let's go.
no, it's okay. I'll join Michel. We'll
Alright.
say Club Rouge. So
All right. We got that one down then. So then the next one would be Inter versus Bodo. Could
Bodo.
be good. Could be good.
I hope that of course, I think we all know that Inter's probably going to go through, but I hope their story continues. That would be so great for them.
It would
And
be
great.
good.
I hope Inter gets wrecked. So
I wouldn't mind it, but
Yeah.
if my life depended on it,
yeah, Inter would probably
Who
take
do you
my life.
actually? Who do you have more faith in, Atletico de Madrid or Bodo?
Bodo.
Right now, I have more faith in Bodo.
Oh my god. Okay, so wait, who's all signing up for Bodo?
Nobody. I think we all said no way. Screw it.
I'm
I'll go
going
to-
for Inter.
okay.
I mean for Bodo.
What the
Sorry,
fuck?
I'm
What's
not
your-
going for Inter.
Okay, so you're going for Bodo.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, just like in the fantasy football league, you're gonna be last place with your predictions.
No, Amir's trying to show the military he's mentally incompetent, so he doesn't get sent off to World War III.
I'm dead.
Oh my god.
What's next?
Alrighty. Still dead.
Huge hat trick. That's crazy. I don't
Let's
think
hope.
a hat trick.
No,
is
that's
gonna
one of the players. Hog. Not you.
Oh.
Huge hat trick, Amir. Amir continuing to show the world he's incompetent.
He's doubling down. He's doubling down.
Huge hat trick.
He's like Air
Oh my
Force.
God.
Clip that. Send it to the Air Force.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
god.
God.
Okay, so then the next one is Real Madrid Benfica. Does anyone have Benfica on this one? Yeah, I see it tough over two legs, but
Yeah.
I do think Madrid maybe comes out with a draw from Lisbon, and then they get it done in the Santiago Bernabeu. But
Yeah, I think Santiago Bernabeu, you all are gonna beat them.
4-2 against. Wow, that's a big statement. I think Madrid wins in both games. I think they win 2-1 in Bilbao, in Lisbon, and then I think they win 3-1 in Madrid. So it'll be a 5-2 over two legs. I think they're gonna go in with a vengeance. They're gonna go in looking to punish after getting embarrassed. So I think they'll come out with come out swinging against Benfica. So I think 5-2 will be the.
they'll have a little
over
chip in
two
their
leg.
shoulder for sure. I'm sure. Pricey, do you mean I'll take them as in Benfica? Y'all gotta give me some names here. Otherwise, I'm just guessing. And then let's see the final two legs. We got Dortmund versus Atalanta.
That's a good game.
That's the first, I think, real good game here. I think all the others have been pretty uneven. Yes, Amir's going on a crazy. You guys are going on a crazy limb with Bruges and Bodo and all y'all bullshit. But this is the first good one. Ricky, who do you have on this one?
I'm gonna trust Dortmund.
Okay, Ricky's got Dortmund. Amir,
Atalanta.
I like it.
I'm
Michel?
just going against Ricky.
I got Atalanta.
All right, so we all got.
It's gonna be a sad week once the results come out, but
All right, so Ricky's the only one going for Dortmund. Barca Cico said Atalanta, F Dortmund. Pricey said F Dortmund. Wow.
Damn.
Hey, looks like you guys are finally starting to listen to me. Thank you.
wait, are you going for Atalanta also, Rox?
Yeah, dude, I've been
Okay,
shitting on Dortmund for the
I'm
whole
switching
season.
to Dortmund. then.
He has to. As I say, even if he wants to go for
Yeah.
Dortmund, he can't. He's been talking all this shit.
So
Yeah,
Amir,
I'll-
you're going for Dortmund now?
Going for Dortmund.
What?
Wow. All right.
Even though on this,
Hey, just another leg that you're gonna lose here.
I put Atalanta on my paper, but it's
So
fine.
then you're picking Atalanta. We're not going back and forth.
You know
so we
what
can
I'm
make
gonna do?
numbers.
the winner at the end of the Champions League, the person that has the most correct calls, I will personally send you guys $100. So let's try to win this shit. Let's not try to go on these crazy.
Okay, you remember my brackets from World Cup. I go to the final, but never make it past the final, so I lose in the final. So.
Amir. Okay, and then the final one is Olympiacos versus Bayer Leverkusen.
Bayer Leverkusen.
Leverkusen, but I think it's going to be a tricky.
I think it will. I think it will be a tricky one. Olympiacos finished 18th. Leverkusen finished 16th. Yeah, pretty similar on the table. Remember, Leverkusen is not the same Leverkusen from Xabi Alonso.
They also don't have like half of their player.
Yeah,
but okay, hear me out. Mbappe's kind of licking his fingers at the fact that Madrid finished in 9th position. He gets an extra 2 games.
No, I know. I thought about that.
Keep scoring penalties.
Well, stop fouling them in the box, and I don't want to hear about the game against Rayo Vallecano. That was 100% a penalty.
100% a penalty. 100% a penalty. Ricky's just sitting there. Another penalty. Oh, they just keep falling. And then we actually get a penalty, and I was like, "Shut the fuck up."
I mean, I agree. I think all of those weren't penalties, but that one was. And
yeah, exactly.
You can't hate.
But the fact that they just look for it, like that's
every team does that.
What do you mean, dude? Yeah, every team looks for a penalty.
Just like every team wastes time, just like every team blank. They all do it, bro. It just Madrid is better.
It's just you have you're hyper vigilant for Madrid because you're trying to get on their case. But every team
because they get a penalty every game.
Because they have good dribblers. They have good dribblers that are gonna draw fouls.
And also, bro, you gotta get the penalty, and then you gotta make the penalty. Let's not forget.
Hey, shame on you, Madridistas. It wasn't a penalty, according to Alex Underworld.
It was. He got kicked across the chest. What more do you want?
The
guy swung and missed the ball.
If you're the defender, I don't know what kind of defending that was. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. It's the last. It's minute 98 to go swinging your leg like that when Brahim is dribbling in the box is the most retarded defending I've ever seen in my whole life.
Even if you do that, you better hope you make the ball.
Y'all are this angry. It's so funny.
No, honestly, it's great. I'm having a great time playing this.
Because I guarantee you, if the same thing happened to you guys and it wasn't called, you guys would be up here on Monday night talking about how much bullshit it was that you guys don't get calls in Madrid. That it's the same thing.
Look, I'm not gonna sit here, Dreams 3376. I'm not gonna sit here and defend Madrid this season for anything. But if we can get the 3 points for getting that damn penalty that we earned, I'll fucking take it. With that being said, did we deserve those 3 points? Probably not.
No, we're the first people to tell you. No, we're the first people to tell you that they don't deserve it.
We've been here shitting on Madrid.
But at the end of the day, we're also not going to say that the majority, if not all of the PKs, but the majority of the PKs recently aren't. Because if there was a controversial one where we're like, all right, well, maybe not. These all have been PKs. Let's not even start. Yeah,
let's finish the Champions League talk before we start jumping to what happened in the league. We're getting ahead of ourselves. And does anyone not have Leverkusen? Does anyone have Olympiacos?
No, I have Leverkusen, but I'm telling you, I think it's gonna come down to 1 goal. I think it'll be a close.
Yeah, it's gonna be a close game. I think that's the best game of the bracket, actually. But the problem is, whoever faces any of those teams in the next round, they're gonna get their ass handed to them. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. So
yeah. And then once again, Michel, look who Madrid's gonna likely end up getting if they go through Benfica.
Bro, so stupid, bro. I'm so tired of this matchup. It's so dumb.
And we all know it's gonna be City. We're not gonna get the lucky Sporting draw. It's gonna be against fucking City. I already know.
Honestly, that might make y'all perform better than getting Sporting, because you're gonna get a situation like Benfica again if you get Sporting. And I'm not saying they're the same level, but like you have a tendency.
We're gonna get spanked.
And you already know what's gonna happen. Man City in the league, the same week, they're gonna end up losing to like Fulham or something, or like Wolves 2-1 or 3-1, and then they're gonna go play Sporting and win 5-0. Like I already know what's gonna happen. So freaking annoying, bro.
And then even if we somehow were to get Sporting and go on to the quarterfinals, then at that point we get either Daddy Arsenal or Daddy Bayern. So this shit don't stop for Madrid. We're gonna get it handed to us one of those rounds sooner rather than later.
When we win the Champions League this year, at least we can't say that we didn't earn it.
Yeah, with
Brahim,
19 penalties for
Brahim,
Mbappé.
Hey, bro,
hey,
if we
it
win the
happens.
Champions League,
Hey,
it's
they were
always
fouls, Ricky.
Hail Arbeloa.
Hey, bro, at the end of the day, if we make it to the Champions League final, we PK shootout, Brahim scores the Panenka to win it, bro. That would be the the ball at the end of
I will close the channel and the Varchek podcast. Oh my god. Meanwhile, just to finish off on the Champions League, I do feel like Barca got the nicer side of the bracket.
as they usually do.
Unless they end up getting PSG in the next round. That would actually make things pretty fucked for them. Because then at that point, it's PSG, Chelsea. You know, what is it with Barca and I guess Madrid too? Always coming up against the same teams that they always play against.
Yeah.
Last year, Barca played against, this season, Barca already played against Chelsea. They already played against PSG. Last year, the same thing happened to Barca where they played against Benfica and they played against Benfica again. And then another
The
one.
amount of times we played Bayern Munich.
Well, we love to see that. Y'all hate to see that.
It's okay. We'll see. We're getting ahead of the league later. Like we made our predictions. I know we also got to leave soon, right? So let's get to our last topics.
So obviously the final topics. We'll bring it back to La Liga. We had almost a whole hour of Champions League talk, which is phenomenal. I love it, and it was called for. But meanwhile, in La Liga, let's start off with Barca's game. Why don't we? They beat Elche 3-1. Another goal from Lamine Yamal. Another fairly good performance. This one wasn't a comeback, but it almost felt like a comeback because Elche was able to tie the game 1-1, and I think Barca had like 30-ish or so. No, they did score in the second half. Either way, Barca brought it back. Amir, what were your thoughts on that game?
Typical Barca weekend, honestly.
Another win, another day, another dollar.
Not even that. Just like we played a decent game. There were the same weaknesses. Like I feel like we've been beating a dead horse over here. High line too far, whatever. Yeah.
So then let's take it to Lamine Yamal. You know, once again, second La Liga game in a row that he scores a goal. He's been assisting recently. I think he's shut Michel up on his non-stat performances.
Oh, he's playing against Elche, bro. Relax.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what he does.
He's getting goals.
How did y'all do against Elche?
He's playing against Elche. We're talking about another one. Okay, great. He scored. He did his job. Fantastic.
All right. Let's talk about Albacete.
It's okay.
Let's talk about Benfica.
That's okay.
How close to Lamine Yamal's top form is he in right now? What percentage?
65.
Ricky?
Yeah, I mean, look, Lamine's doing good. He hasn't done bad all season long. He's doing good now. But the player I wanted more to highlight was Dani Olmo. Taking over, what Pedri normally does, which is not easy. I would go as far as to say Pedri's been our best player this season. So having him out was something I was afraid of. Dani Olmo plays a hell of a game, and ends up scoring another goal. It seems like Dani Olmo, top of the box. It's a spot no team that's playing against him wants him in. And also, let's shout out Frankie de Jong. That goal that he assisted, when I first saw it, I was like, dude, he's about to score another banger. Run around the goalkeeper. At first, and I told you, Rodrigo, I was like, he should have shot that. Looking back on it, the fact that he didn't shoot that is more impressive. That it was not an easy goal, first of all. And second of all, to have the composure to stop, think, look, and just lay it off to secure Barca the 3 points, because that's really what we were fighting for, is I think it's what Barca's made of this season. It's that selfless play. It's setting that ego aside and putting the team ahead of the individual stat. So to that, I will put my merit on. I gave Ferran Torres, and honestly, I'll throw some shade to Lewandowski too. I don't think either one of them is really playing amazing, which is concerning. But I'm not going to sit here and complain about a 3-0 or a 3-1 victory.
I also like to highlight Marc Bernal. I'm loving the fact that he's playing more. I think he has a very, very bright future. And the fact that Hansi Flick is using all these players it's great. I mean, is he gonna be the next Pedri, the next Xavi, the next Frankie De Jong, the next Busquets? Probably not, but we'll have that depth in the squad that can be used against teams like Elche, Rayo Vallecano, or any of these teams. So
Yeah. And I like Zico. Like that's going to be Barca's main challenge over the next month. How do you replace Pedri missing? Because yes, Pedri's been the best player for y'all this season. He's been like the workhorse, the engine, the brain, and without him, we'll see if it affects Barca a lot. However, if I'm being honest, as a from a Madrid standpoint, I feel like Flick has done such a good job at keeping all the players engaged this season that I wouldn't even worry so much about it, especially with the fact that y'all were able to finish 5th in the Champions League. Y'all get that month break from the Champions League to kind of recuperate your energies, focus just on La Liga, maybe a little bit of Copa del Rey as well, and set y'all up to come back a little more rested than the teams that are going to go through the playoffs in the Champions League.
yeah, I think Gavi also started training late with Barca, but in general,
Oh, bro,
I mean,
Gavi's a lost cause for you, bro. He's gonna get hurt in 2 weeks after he comes back, anyways.
you never know, dude.
Gavi is like our back line for you guys.
Gavi's done.
I'm excited if he comes back, and hopefully he
I'm
gets
sure
stay
you will
healthy.
be, and then 3 weeks from then he'll be hurt again.
Hey, at least we have an actual defender. We don't have to use our midfielders to play defender. So every game.
I know it's sad, and you know what's crazy? And we bring it up. We brought it up last week as well. For as much praise as we're giving Barca, as much as we're saying, Flick is doing this, Flick is doing that, and how atrocious of a season Madrid has been having, and we're only 1 point behind you guys. I think that says a lot. And
Don't worry, that gap will get bigger, dude.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
The fact that it's even this close, we'll see. But at the end of the day, I saw someone talk about why we're hating on Lamine. Listen, let's see you guys get PSG, and let's see Lamine dominate that, and then I'll be quiet.
We'll see. But
We'll see. Or it'll be Dani Olmo coming to the rescue for you guys yet again. Which I think Dani Olmo's having a great season.
Gil Manzano coming to the rescue for y'all. Real Madrid. It's like
but do you see how much? Do you see how much they don't have anything else to say? Do you see
Yeah,
how
it's
much?
What do you want us to say? You have like this combobulated
you guys have
team
nothing
that
else to
can't
say.
even manage their own locker room. What do you want me to
I know,
say?
but you got, it's always the penalties thing. Again, for the 1,000th time, if they weren't PKs, you would have something to say. Every single time it's a PK. The referee's doing his job. Just because you guys don't get those opportunities.
That's just the difference between Madridistas and culés. We don't have that inferiority complex to Barcelona. We don't care. We don't care. If Barcelona does well, we praise them. We know how to say, look, Flick is doing good managing the team. Flick is doing good with rotations. Lamine Yamal is playing good. And if they get a penalty and they score and they win, we're like, all right, they won the fucking game.
We're not talking about how the fact that magically VAR doesn't work when Barca plays, right? Let's talk about that.
It doesn't linger in our brains. It doesn't live rent-free. Yeah. We are okay with it. And we are okay with saying Real Madrid is having a bad season. But yet, Real Madrid is still there. It's fine. Because
it's different expectations for different levels of clubs.
Yes, it's not comparing apples to apples,
Yeah, what are your floats, y'all's votes?
I mean, at the end of the day, we don't even have to talk about the 15 Champions Leagues, because at the end of the day, of course, we can always say that, but we don't even have to talk about that. Let's just talk about the last 10 years in Champions League. Forget the 15. Last 10 years in Champions League.
Not even Champions League. Even you can look at so many other trophies. It doesn't matter.
Which ones exactly? La Liga or Copa del Rey?
What's the La Liga difference?
Like trophy wise?
Yeah. Come on.
It'll be 7.
Real Madrid 36 La Ligas. Barcelona 28. I mean, it's just
You guys will always be the little brother who thinks you're it, bro. It's okay. Just because you guys have the
let's see
messy
how out
era,
of that
bro.
36, how many of them have y'all gone in the last 10 years since you bring?
Oh, I thought he was gonna say how many of those did y'all win because of penalties, and then we go right back to it.
And that too, and because of Gil Manzano, but different.
Anyways, let's talk a little bit. Let's bring it back. Let's talk a little bit about the Madrid Rayo Vallecano game, which of course they ended up winning in the 98th minute with an Mbappé penalty.
Penalty.
That's right. Say it out loud. Say it out loud. Say
Nice
it.
and proud, baby. Nice and proud. He put that shit away. Vini had a really good goal.
Beautiful goal by
goal.
Vinny. Yeah.
And
But
that's it.
aside from his goal, again, disappeared. Oh, you like how Amir tried to praise Vini real quick?
Yep.
If y'all play well, I'll praise y'all. The problem is it doesn't
No,
happen.
Vini
often.
actually, in my
He's
opinion,
just
played
great
like shit
by.
again. He had a good goal. He had a good moment, but he once again played like shit. He disappeared. And the whistles returned to the Bernabeu, as they should have.
The whistles aren't going away anytime soon. The whistles are not going away until Madrid can put a string of performances together. And I'm talking like 4, 5, 6 performances together where they're playing at a significantly higher level. The whistles aren't going anywhere anytime soon. Nor should they. And I hate the comments. They're like, oh, if you whistle Madrid, you're not a real Madridista. No,
It's all bullshit.
No.
I don't know what the hell Arbeloa was going out there saying that again.
Well, what is he gonna say? Of course, he's gonna say what he said.
Yeah, like what do you expect him to say? Turbine has the same amount of Champions League goals as Vini?
Yeah, but who's got? Do they have the same amount of Champions League trophies? I didn't think so. I think Vini has more Champions League trophies than I think maybe anyone on your team. Maybe except for Lewa. I don't know. At the end of the day, bad performance overall. Yet again, we got Jude injured and another injury. We'll see what happens.
I did want to spend a little time talking about this injury because, okay, I'm never going to be happy or excited for a player to get injured, but I am excited that I think it's gonna allow the team to calm down a little bit with the egos. Let's just put Jude away without having to have him in the bench and creating drama. Let's just lock him away for a month. He's injured. He's recovering. He's drinking whatever he's gonna do. His whiskey.
Smoke with Chesney.
He's gonna be in the trainers recovering and sweating alcohol. In the meantime, it's gonna open up some time for Arda Güler, for Brahim, for someone that, in my opinion, could deserve a little more playing time.
Ceballos, if anything, deserves it more than Brahim.
I mean, yes, Ceballos had a good game against Vallecano. Yeah, he did. He actually came in and played well. That foul that he got where the other team got the red card, fucking criminal tackle on him.
I agree. Yeah, Rayo Vallecano, I was going to say, played awfully. Like at the last 20 minutes, I was just like, what are you doing, dude? That last push on Rodrigo, I was like, so unnecessary. Like there's
when the little fight broke out.
Yeah, like what are you doing?
And the amount of one-on-ones that they missed too. I mean, they had that clear one-on-one at the end of the game where they could have put it away and then just drop back with everything they had. And then you wouldn't be in that position where you'd have to, you know what I mean? It's
beat the hell out of people to win the game.
Lost opportunities, you know. But we'll it's one of those games where you can just chalk it up and just roll your eyes, go through. You're glad that you took the 3 points. You needed to take the 3 points. And, you know, I'd like to say hopefully they're going to play better next week, but I don't really think that's the case. The Jude Bellingham thing, I think that's just kind of putting away a problem that eventually is going to come back. Because, like, yeah, you put him away for now. Hopefully someone steps up to the plate and then he gets back. And then what? It's not like he's not going to start.
Right. When Jude gets back, yes, of course, he's going to go right back to starting. But it might open up, once again, space for a player to give a merit to themselves, start putting up some good performances, some stats, and then allow more of a question to why should Jude be coming back? If Brahim goes out there and starts performing, I mean, let me think. Maybe not Brahim because they're not playing in the exact same position.
It's hopeful, but it's never going to happen, bro. It's never going to happen because no one really plays the way Jude plays and how they want them to do. The biggest switches that need to happen is we need to get Trent back eventually so we can put Valverde in the midfield where he belongs. Like, let's not forget that Valverde is in that midfield section that hasn't been playing there. So if and when Trent comes back, or the next year where they get a right back who's healthy for the majority of the season, you got to plug Valverde back into that too.
Yeah. No, I mean...
See what I'm saying? That's the problem. I mean, hopefully Güler can step up. My issue with Güler is whenever he finally is like, all right, man, like here are the keys to the car for a second. Let's see you drive. He never shows up. He doesn't play well. He has little moments. And in the times where you're like, oh yeah, let's throw him out there. He plays great. It's the same thing with Brahim. They both are players where like when the expectation, there it is. When the expectations aren't there, they excel. They go above and beyond. They play amazing. And when the expectations are there for them to show up, Morata was in that same thing for them as well. That's why I hated Morata.
Morata.
When the expectations are there,
Morata.
when it's your time to shine, they go ghost. And that's the problem. I think Gullit is an amazing player. At this point, I don't think he's at the caliber of player that they need to be a starter at Real Madrid. No shade on him. Like just like Endrick wasn't. Endrick is a great player. We've seen him. He's doing things at Lyon. He's not at the caliber to be a starter at Real Madrid. And I think Perez was stubborn and he's like, nope, these are the players you got. Xavi said he wanted other players, and Perez said, no, these are the players you got to work with. Make it work. You can bring in all the coaches you want. You can bring in Klopp. You can bring in, Emery. It's going to be the same problem until they decide to fix the unbalance in the squad.
Yes, this is exactly what I'm trying to say, that Jude being out could be a good thing. I just want to see a little more from Raheem. I think him coming back from the AFCON with the good minutes that he got there could be something that the team needs. A different mentality, a different way of playing, a different energy, a different everything. I'm not saying Brahim is going to end up being the starter or is better, but we just need to switch things up a little bit.
But I don't really think it is a good thing. Like, I think it puts a Band-Aid over a much bigger cut, or trying to like seal the, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. It's like you're trying to fix something that you're just like, all right, well, let's just not deal with it.
But we're not trying to fix anything like long term right now. We just need to finish the season out the best way possible. We need to find the best way to finish the season out. What needs to really happen is players need to be sold and the squad needs to be done. But that's not happening anytime soon. We need to find a way to make it past this season.
I don't think that Jude being out helps that, what you're saying. I think, like you said, it gives other players a moment to shine and gain some confidence. What I'm saying is, what good does that do of them gaining confidence is the moment that Jude is back, you're right back to the bench. That really doesn't do anything. Well, it's going to carve out a couple results, but Jude being out, we should be able to get results regardless. But like, let's say Brahim is the guy and he has a string of an amazing games. When Jude comes back and we play against Barca, or when Jude comes back and we play against this,
but that's the easy thing to say. Of course, that's the easy thing to say, that when Jude comes back, he's gonna get the spot. Because it's more than likely true. But what I'm hoping for is that it sheds some light as to how the team can play without Jude. Because if the team does good enough without Jude, it might make people question it even more. And that's all I'm hoping for. If Brahim goes out there and does really well, if Gullit starts playing a lot better, then it's gonna make more people question, hey, why have we been playing so much better? And will Jude likely still end up playing, being started again? Sure. But it's going to raise the question a little bit more and put a little more pressure on Jude to raise his performances. That's all I want, a change.
Didn't that already happen when he was out? And Ricky was saying that it's evident now that Gullit and Bellingham can't play together. Like, didn't we already find that out?
And that's exactly what I'm going for. Keep pressing on that. Keep pressing on that.
We'll see. I mean, again, bad performance by Madrid. We're lucky to scrape out the win. Mbappé, clutch as ever. Mbappé is the best player. I don't know. Well, I still think he's the best player.
No, but Mbappé had a bad game.
Mbappé, yeah, but it doesn't matter. As a striker, your job is to step up when
he scored his penalty, but
he had a bad game, but at the end of the day, you step up when you needed to. Mbappé is the best player in the world right now. Anybody would have him. He's the most informed player, and he's the clutchest player right now. Any team would want to have him. And he's still playing out of position.
Hey, yeah, he's shit. No one's questioning that Mbappé is a good player and one of the best, if not the best, right now. Ricky, you look like you saw a ghost.
Look, I gotta take a step back and just let y'all rant it out on that one.
Also, don't you have a meeting at 7?
Yes, I do need to go. So I think we covered just about all the topics. The conversation was just a little too good. And at the end of the day, my meeting is just another dental class. So, I can show up a little bit later.
Wait, this is an interesting comment before we leave. Pricey said, do you think that maybe the World Cup is affecting Jude? Jude is not a guarantee to start for England. Maybe he feels like he needs to perform, or he's got like maybe that chip on the shoulder. Maybe. The World Cup is on all of these players' minds. You know that.
It is. But also Jude needs to play well to be a starter for England. And Jude not playing well, like he said, Jude is not guaranteed to start. And I think I even saw Tuchel go out there and say that he doesn't want to take toxic players to the World Cup. And they literally put that quote along with a picture of Jude Bellingham.
I mean, they're not going to not take him to the World Cup. That would be so stupid.
I know.
I agree. I'm saying. I think maybe messages.
I think it's sending messages, because these things, as much as they're rumors, as much as they're little things, they get to the players. I know they get to the players, and and I almost feel like, I'm not guaranteeing this, but every big player, every big coach has their own influencers in social media that put posts like that to get some sort of message across without it being an official message from them. And I think they could be actually coming from the English higher-ups saying, Jude, you need to get your shit together.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm excited for the World Cup, and I'm excited for you guys to be here. It won't be
Yes,
hot.
yes,
It
yes.
won't be cold.
Oh,
Sorry. It'll
that's
be
our
hot as fuck.
shameless plug for every podcast. Remember that we're all going to be in New York for the World Cup final. This is your chance to buy your flights, come out there so we can all spend and celebrate this special World Cup together, the special final. We'll see who it is. And with that being said, I'm going to open it up to each one of you for one final comment. And then after that, we are done because I do need to go.
Albacete, Barcelona tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Tune in.
Albacetazo coming 2.0. Michel.
Visca Barça, baby. Oh,
Come
sorry,
here.
Michel. Go.
No, he said Visca Barça. Penalti al favor del Real Madrid. Let's go.
Dude, I love how the beginning, the video also ends in that. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, you're not helping the cause.
Penalti a favor del Real Madrid. And that's
Yeah,
episode 18 of the VAR Check podcast. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you later. Peace out.